Welcome back to the Spandex StandUp's weekly roundup. We got some great news for you. Randy Orton said he's glad Vince McMahon's gone. Jey Uso declares for Money in the Bank. We can't get enough of Liv Morgan crushing on Dominic, pulling the strings behind the scenes. I love it. That she's going to be the downfall of Judgment Day, and Mommy is going to be pissed. All that and more. Hit that subscribe button. Spandex StandUp's.
We're all Dominic Mysterio.
He's like, I'm not looking.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Good for Finn Balor. Trying to be a good friend.
I mean, he's
trying.
I want everyone to start yelling, cock block, cock block, cock block. I don't know if we will, but if The Rock was around, I tell you what, I think we'd have some off-the-hook chance with this feud.
I, in a weird way, next go around want The Rock to mingle with Dominic Mysterio. Like, as a face, you know? Like, Rock being the face, just talking pure trash to Dominic Mysterio.
But no, I'm loving this Liv Morgan thing. I mean, she is real. I mean, her first title run, because this is her second, right? Yeah, her first
She won Money in the Bank before.
First title run was good. It was good. Yeah. It was solid, and it definitely gave people like a, oh,
okay. We need to pay attention.
Oh, like I don't want to compare. I don't know what you thought of like Carmella's title run.
I'll give her a step above Carmella.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like with Carmella, we knew that like, okay, Mella is money, and that's where this run is going. With even Liv Morgan's first run, we're like, okay, this is good. Yeah. We like this. But what we're seeing right now is like zone of genius Liv Morgan.
For sure, because they gave her layers. You know, the big knock on her first run was generic babyface. What was her story? What was her reasoning? She was just the emo girl that grew up and won the championship. You know,
worked at Hooters, right? Wanted to... Was it Hooters?
Yeah.
Yeah, wanted to... I mean, her story is great. For those of you that don't know Liv Morgan's story...
But they didn't tell that story.
She was working at Hooters, where for those of y'all that are just new to wrestling, Hooters notoriously shows pay-per-views and showed pay-per-views. Like if you couldn't afford a pay-per-view, $50,
I didn't know that.
Hooters would show the pay-per-views back in the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
I went and watched like my first WrestleMania at Hooters with my dad because we were like, awesome. We called all around. We were like, "Are you showing WrestleMania?" Okay, in any case, Liv was working there.
To the rescue.
She was always excited when the pay-per-views would come on. Her coworkers encouraged her to try out for WWE. Now she's champion. So, great story. So, but you're right. We've heard that story. Oh, I've wanted to do this since I was young. We've seen the pictures. But this right now is, I belong here. I should have been here at, 20 years ago. And it's just great.
It's next level character development. You know, this is her Becky's broken nose. This is her way to step up into that main event scene to get a character we care about.
And Becky's Broken Nose, great band name.
Yeah, right?
Would be a great band name.
Stay tuned for part 2 of this week's episode. We're digging into the beginning history of WCW. Because Viceland is going to start showing the downfall, the death of WCW.
Oh, no, who killed WCW?
Or who killed WCW. I love
who killed WCW, created by the final boss, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and $7 production.
I do love Eric Bischoff's heavily involved. You know, like, you can't tell that story without Eric Bischoff.
I'm back.
So stay tuned for that. We got WCW history coming your way. So let's get into it. We got an action-packed episode. News up top. MVP off of his stem cell treatment in Mexico says he's got one last run in him.
Let's do it. As a wrestler.
As a wrestler.
Okay. I can see
Let's do it. Wait.
I can see WWE saying, all right, well, Mexico's got a lot of great wrestling down there.
Yeah, he didn't say WWE run. He just said one last run.
I mean, listen, I don't know that WWE has anything for MVP on the wrestling front unless all these people that he's managed
start taking them out.
Which is good storytelling.
Yeah.
So MVP, Luckily, MVP has planted enough seeds in the current roster, in the current framework of what they're doing, to where there could be a compelling story with him.
I would love to see Omos beat him up.
Yeah.
I'd be hyped for that.
Yeah.
Chad Gable, Natalia, Angel Garza, and Berto are up for new contracts. So they're the next wave of people they got to take care of.
So you said Chad Gable, he's staying. Angel Garza.
You got to have Natalia.
Natalia's staying.
Yeah, of course. She's a lifer.
And she'll train. I mean, she's training the next generation.
She'll be a producer at some point, right there beside her husband. So Garza and Berto.
Gone.
They're with the Legato. They're good. WWE has said they want to bring him back, so that's at least a good step. Because Reggie, a.k.a. Scripps, quietly not re-upped his contract. He is taking independent bookings now.
Reggie.
I
liked Reggie.
I didn't like Scripps. No. Recently released, Gable Stevenson signs to the NFL Buffalo Bills. They expect him to try to learn the ropes on the D-line.
Okay.
Never played football a day in his life.
Well, we've seen what happens when these wrestlers try and play football. So we'll see you back in the ring in a few years.
I forgot he was an Olympic wrestler because I was like, can you call him a wrestler?
Yeah.
But no, he's a wrestler. We'll
see him back in there. We'll see you back in a couple of years. Have fun.
I think he's going to go to MMA and get knocked out a couple times.
I mean,
they all got to.
And then we'll see you back in the ring.
Yeah. Tiffy Time signs with a big Hollywood agency. She wants to be a movie star.
Tiffany Stratton, Hollywood star.
I can see it.
I mean, let's say it here and
She's
now.
a gymnast. She's a wrestler.
We haven't had one female WWE superstar go on to be a massive Hollywood success yet.
Good call. Yeah.
We are long overdue. The Bella Twins, and let's be real, John Laurinaitis has messed that up for
Crushed
them.
that.
Bianca Belair, Star is Rising. Do we see Hollywood films in her future?
I think she'd like to get a quieter life than a more ramped up life.
Yeah.
That's the problem is these and not the problem. I guess it's a good thing because it's what
Becky's
people
been
want.
doing a little acting.
Yeah, but I think that after WWE, I think a lot of the new wrestlers just want to have a quiet life.
Yeah.
They don't want to go do the crazy Hollywood thing. You still got your Roman Reigns and your who else has really tried to be a movie star lately? Miz? That didn't work out too well. And he wanted to be. He doesn't want to be.
Actually, CM Punk in heels.
Yeah, he was.
Have you seen him in heels?
Ricky Rabies?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. Man.
He's great. He was great.
Yeah. You believe that character?
Yeah.
We teased it up top. Randy Orton is quoted recently for saying, "It was time for McMahon to go. It's nice not having him around."
Yeah,
Triple H guy through and through.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
But good on him, that's
eventually you have to say, I mean, he handled that much better than John Cena.
Yeah.
Or John Cena's like,
McMahon's my guy.
Listen, me and him both had a lot of cigars together. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Like Cena, what does that mean? What does that
And Orton can still appreciate, Orton is still in the locker room. He can appreciate the different vibe. He was under the McMahon locker room and the storytelling for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy like Randy Orton, you almost have to, you feel bad for him on one hand because he had to suffer through so many poor creative decisions. And so many just poor creative decisions around everything.
Yeah.
All of these folks.
He had a pretty good run, though. He hadn't had bad storylines, Like, you go from Evolution to the
he had good storylines.
the brand new thing to the Legend Killer. Like, he's had some great storylines.
He's had great storylines, but I'm sure that
I love that he can be like, yeah, he still sucks. He hooked me up, but he still sucks.
Yeah, and I'm sure he can just appreciate what, the success that everyone else is having.
Yeah. And he has, which shocked a lot of people, stepped into that leadership role
locker room leader.
People were like, wait, Randy? For real?
Because Cody's back and him and Cody rode together a lot in their early
I think that Cody can be the true locker room leader and Randy can be like the legend that's like, yeah, what he said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, come over here, kid. I'll teach you something.
Come here, kid. He puts him in a headlock.
Yeah.
RKO, I don't know where.
And then CM Punk's just in there like,
if you want advice,
I'm still better than all of you. I'm still better than all of you.
Jey Uso announces he is Money in the Bank. So it's good to see Mr. Yeet in the ladder match.
Mr. Yeet. Let's hope they don't hand him a microphone. Gosh, that promo was rough on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that spectacle is so great. You know, he took over the Fireflies. You know, he's doing which they'll go right back to whatever Uncle Howdy comes out with. So that's awesome. But yeah, like just be like Money in the Bank, Yeet. That's all he had to say.
But he comes out and it's just so like you can tell he's out of breath and he's having a hard time finding the words and
it makes me. I hate to say it too because I've liked this run, but it makes me appreciate that eventually he will go back to a tag team wrestling.
Oh, or go back to the Bloodline story.
Yeah. Which I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed this. It was a nice show. A nod to the good old days where you build one superstar up just for a title shot, and then you build him back down.
Yeah,
the good old days.
Yeah.
TNA is currently operating without a media marketing team or a live events team, and nothing on the books past early August.
Are they being bought?
They're not talking.
Bought.
I think. Didn't WWE buy their catalog a while back?
I think so. So this could be
the. We've plotted TNA's demise many a time, and they somehow rise from the ashes, but they don't have.
What's WWE
those
doing with
phoenixes
that
anymore?
What are they doing with that catalog?
I don't know, because do you think they rent it out to like Pluto for like because you see the TNA channel and all these free TV apps,
right?
That's got to be the catalog, right?
Must be.
So you think they rent it out, like they make little side money renting it out to these things?
Maybe, yeah.
Because I watch the TNA channel all the time. Dude. I watch
them as separate businesses.
Like Turning Point 07 the other night. Like I love it. All right, main event results time.
Did we have Natalya? Did Natalya wrestle?
No Natalya, because she wrestled on Raw, so they gave her main event off this week. We get Dakota Kai getting the W over Ivy Nile.
Ooh, Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Building her up.
Which is quite the opposite of what they've been doing with Damage Control as a whole.
Right.
Which it was nice seeing Io Sky attack Lyra again.
Yeah.
And just being like, this isn't over. Mm-hmm. So nice little touch on that. Hope they fight again this SmackDown. I hope Io gets one on it.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then the other match for main event, Big Bronson Reed defeats Big Strong Boy Tyler Bate.
Ooh, yeah, we saw that coming. Big Bronson Reed, what a boost!
I guess I just don't know what's the direction for him. You know, because he's going to have to get away from the IC scene because that's Chad and Sammy right now. We need it to be Chad and Sammy right now.
Big Bronson Reed needs a tag team partner.
I like that.
Go for some tag team championships. Maybe Otis.
Recreate the natural disasters.
Big Bronson Reed and Big Otis.
I want Earthquake and Typhoon to come back.
I mean, something cool.
Yeah. NXT recap time. Battleground in Vegas this weekend.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I love they got an underground match. Shayna Baszler, Lola Vice. You think we get it in the Octagon?
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think you got to do it in the Octagon.
They're building Layla up. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the win here because Shayna, a former MMA fighter. I think Lola's got some kickboxing experience, if I'm not. But then again, I don't know if they're just adding that to her resume to make her sound more badass. But I'm excited to see where they go with that.
Yeah.
We got the family versus the no quarter catch still going on. Put on another banger of a match this past week. Jordan Grace had her first match in an NXT ring. And now she's set to face the champ, Roxanne, this weekend. I think it's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a great match. Roxanne Perez is on fire, though.
Yeah. Didn't know she was going to be this good a heel.
Big champ vibes.
Great heel.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, she going to be a heel? Come on.
But
and I'm like, oh, wow, okay. She's ruthless.
Totally.
She brings that Houston,
I think
Texas
she's going to be
with her.
holding that title for a while.
Why not?
Why not?
Be a champ. She looks good with the belt. Great character work. Keep developing that heel character. Because the main roster needs a good villain lady right now.
Yeah.
You know, we got Liv, but she's more like the puppeteer.
Yeah,
you know?
and Liv is like anti-hero. We don't have like just bad. We don't like just you.
I guess Nia Jax, but you know.
But even we don't want to belittle her. I like Nia Jax.
Yeah, we've been building her up.
She's a big anti-hero too.
And then we got to talk about it. All Ego Ethan Page is NXT and going for the belt. First of all, they let him keep All Ego. So that shows you the times is a changing still anyway. They didn't rebrand him. People knew who he was. That was nice. And you come in and come straight for the king.
You got to.
Love it.
Pull Carmelo Hayes. He set the tone. He set the bar. Show up someplace, challenge champ.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think it's going to be great. I'm interested to see how much of a run they give Page. Because I don't think they're ready to give up, let Trick lose his first title, I guess his second title defense, because he did against Carmelo. But I don't think he loses this early in his run.
Right.
So I'm interested to see if Page loses, how do they build him back up? Because I hate to say it, but Sean Spears, big splash.
Right.
What happened? I guess he's doing more of a producer thing.
Well, and that's the challenge, too.
Then why even introduce him?
People have these big intros, and they don't always sustain it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. At some point, sometimes you just got to introduce somebody.
And just see what happens.
And then just see what happens. Let them just... But I do like this new strategy of have the new guys come in, challenge the champ, lose to the champ, but put on a banger of a match to show their capabilities. That is so much better than having a new guy come in and just like beat a dying vet.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
A guy
a couple jobbers.
Or guys that are on their way out. Because you don't want to build... You don't want to... back in the day, you really did have guys where you're like, oh, these guys are losers.
Yeah.
And these guys are winners.
Yeah.
Now it's not like that. Now it's more about
what type of match you put on.
What type of match people put on and where are the competitors in their careers at that time.
Okay.
To determine, should this new guy beat this veteran?
Yeah.
Does the veteran still need to get the dub?
I do love that like a string of losses matters. You know, you can get downtrodden and people don't believe you're going to ever win again.
Yeah.
But they have taken the heat off of one loss, 2 losses.
Yeah.
Couple losses.
Yeah, I mean, during the McMahon era, it was like you couldn't lose if you were a
babyface.
Yeah, or like even if you were Brock Lesnar, it's like you couldn't lose.
Yeah.
Then, it's like, what?
Well, that makes it special when someone does come in and go on a win streak. Because then you're like, oh, this doesn't happen all the time. Like, I get it. Whenever you just, like, bring in a big monster, you got to let them squash a couple people to prove they're a monster.
Right.
But get to it.
Get to it.
Pitter patter.
Get to it.
All right, SmackDown. Queen Nia coronated.
Love it.
Bayley had to interject. Still tagging with Naomi. They got the Nia Jax storyline. They got the Naomi Bayley storyline, and then they also got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven mixed in. A lot of different. We're going back to the superstars have multiple enemies, multiple storylines, and I love it.
Nia's taking the belt.
She needs to. Let Bayley and Naomi do some things.
I mean, and Bayley's title reign has just been...
Nia wins, who you want challenging first?
I mean, I'd love for there to be like a surprise return of like Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte and Nia, I feel like never truly got a good feud in there. And I hope I see Nia is way better in the ring now.
Oh, she's, confident. Look, I mean, just a real... I enjoy her matches now.
Yeah, she finally looks like that monster heel we all wanted her to be in the first place.
Yeah, she's carrying the match now, which when you're that big...
You have to.
You have to carry the match.
Yeah.
You have to call
Candice LeRae can't lead that match.
No. Yeah. Alexa Bliss can't be,
Which, I mean, she might
Alexa Bliss was good.
Alexa Bliss was 7 feet tall in her heyday, though.
Which I'd love for Alexa Bliss to come back.
I don't know if we ever see her again. DIY and A-Town Down Under seems to be the tag feud they're going with on SmackDown. Which they did trademark A-Town Down Under. A-Town Down Under is officially trademarked.
And again, give to DIY.
I want them to implode. I don't like this. I don't like them tagging. They do way better as enemies.
They need one title run.
I want Gargano to have the heel turn.
Oh, so you think we should just get Ciampa, Gargano, and WWE?
Yeah. Yep.
Those matches we got in NXT, give them to it, run it back.
Can that not give the SmackDown mid card a little beef up?
I mean, it would. If those two guys are going at it, I mean, those matches were incredible in NXT.
I'm saying give Gargano a heel faction. I loved his work in the way.
Yeah,
they made it comedic.
Johnny wrestling.
Like, make him ruthless. Make him that ego where he's like, I'm Johnny wrestling, and y'all haven't given me anything, so I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm. I like that
because we know Ciampa can play a heel. Give us something different.
I like that.
Kevin Owens looks like he's still going with the bloodline angle. Heyman came out, pleaded with him. He said, "You're gonna get hurt. These guys are on a whole nother level." Building up them as, just ruthless savages.
Yeah, just like out of control.
Which, their fathers were built that way. Mm-hmm. So let's do it. Like the head shrinkers, the Samoan SWAT team, like none of those guys could be stopped except for whoever was their manager at the time. So Heyman's like, I can't control them.
Right. I love it.
You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
It does. You think they include Orton in this? Because we all thought Orton was going to move on to Cody Rhodes, but it looks like he's going to be busy with AJ Styles for a little bit.
Yeah, I think Orton. I mean, we saw that promo where he was like spitting everywhere at the end of the match. So I do think he's engaged with the bloodline for a little while, and yeah, I think Cody and AJ. I think they're about to run that back in.
Which, by the way. Who had AJ Styles pulling the Mark Henry retirement speech on their 2024 bingo card? Because I didn't.
I just love all the comment section in the videos. That's like, I saw the moment he was wearing that pastel suit. I knew he was. They were like, there
were signs.
I mean, he pulled a Mark Henry.
Yeah. Got my mom. My mom was texting me. We were at a show together. My mom's texting me, AJ retired. We're like, what? So it was so fun going home and watching that.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait till Saturday morning. Yeah. I had to watch it.
It was so great.
It was great. Do you think the Good Brothers are back with him? They kind of held everybody off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he realized he's like, I can't do this on my own.
Yeah, why not? And I do think
that was my favorite AJ Styles.
I think we're going to get this match again in
Clash
at the Castle.
I think this is a summer.
I think we'll get a Clash at the Castle. Clash at the Castle.
And Money in the Bank.
And Money in the Bank. And I wouldn't mind if AJ wins. And honestly, and hear me out. Hear me out. Everyone's talking about Cody this, Cody that, the title run. I actually think fans would love if Cody and AJ actually traded the titles back this summer. If Cody
win it back at SummerSlam.
It shows how much Cody respects AJ. Because AJ is,
yeah.
So if anything, the best thing Cody can do is for his title run is to lose a lot.
Be that underdog that can't be beat.
But can win it back.
Can I add a little layer to this?
Yeah.
So, perfect timing because Mark Henry, this all got brought back and he's a free agent. He can go wherever he wants to and say whatever he wants to on whatever he wants to.
I love it.
He was on a podcast this week after this AJ retirement and they asked him about it. And he revealed that he was supposed to win the belt off of Cena. And he said no. Because he was like, at that age, my body hurt. I hated walking. He's like, when you're the champ, you got to show up at every event. You got to go to all the press and all. He's like, I didn't want to. And so how crazy. Mark Henry was going to take the belt off. If Mark Henry was going to take the belt off of Cena after his fake retirement speech, who's to say AJ ain't going to take it?
And what it is it's about saying, hey, you have been a legend in this business. Before you go, have one more trip around the sun with the belt. That's where AJ is. And Cody has the opportunity to give AJ that.
We've wanted a real Bullet Club AJ Styles' run in WWE, and they have always just half gave it to us. Full on give it to us. Make them that undestructible NWO type too sweet faction, and have them recruit, have them add a person here or there, and
that's almost the best thing you could do for Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles' story is make it a Bullet Club feud, hunt through and through, till the very end.
We wanted it, give it to us. If it fails, we can all be like, well, we did ask for this.
I mean, if Roman Reigns,
anything with Cody and AJ, it's not going to fail.
If Roman Reigns' best storyline is his real life, Cody Rhodes' best storyline is his real life. You know, like the stories that you can tell that are based on kind of what has actually transpired in real life. I mean, that's
let them start stirring some things up, and then guess who comes calling? Gorillas of Destiny. You got too many layers here not to at least tease us a little bit with it.
Give it to us.
Please.
Give it to us.
What do you think of the Street Profits coming to the aid of KO against Gorillas of Destiny?
Does Bobby hurt? Random? I don't know if they know what to do with the Street Profits.
Yeah.
I mean, so
much for that faction there.
A little random, but yeah.
B-Fab, when's she going to get in the ring?
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of things where I'm like, okay, they're giving us great storylines. But, like, there's also some things where I'm like, well, what about them? Like, at least, we'll switch over to Raw now, but at least, thank God they're giving us Final Testament stuff.
Yeah.
I love that Final Testament's trying to break up the New Day.
Yes.
Let Karrion Kross be the devil. He pulled Kofi away. Xavier went to go tag him. Guess what? He's not there. And he's laughing. He's like, I didn't even touch you. I cost you this match. I didn't even touch you. So, layers. They're finally showing Final Testament off, not just saying, hey, go attack the Street Profits for no reason. Story, like, come on. Why are they trotting out poor Paul Ellering, though? Like, let that man go home and sit in a recliner,
Seriously.
He's just trucking.
Give him a break.
Come on, man. He don't want to be there.
Give him a break.
Word on the street is Braun Breaker is impressing the high-ups. Not just his matches, which... Did you see that Frankensteiner last night? Wow.
Yeah.
He is impressing them with his backstage segments. He says that they already love the chemistry between him and Adam Pearce.
Love it.
So this whole leaving him out of the King of the Ring, best thing they could have done.
He's a beast.
Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser's match also got a lot of acclaim backstage. They said they put on, get this, a banger.
It was a banger. It was a banger and mash.
Yeah. They are very high on Ludwig, and some rumors are saying they might start distancing him from Gunther and let him stand on his own.
It's time.
No, there was no mention of Gunther with his Sheamus feud the last couple of weeks. Let him be his own dude.
Yeah. Build him up. Ooh, by the time Gunther's world heavyweight champ,
guess who can challenge him?
Guess you could be Intercontinental champ.
Ooh, I like that. I like Ludwig. I like his skill, his moveset. I think he's good in the ring. Gable leveled up in the heel heat this week, man. Just that making Maxine beg for him to stop tormenting them. Like that was borderline cringeworthy, but it made me hate him so much, and that's what they're going for.
Great segment, especially when you have that moment. Even with the Sami Zayn, where it's like, Otis,
why are y'all doing this?
Otis, who are you gonna attack? You know, the guy who's trying to set you free, or your, coach who's also your abuser.
Yeah,
and he attacked the person trying to set him free.
Yeah,
great story.
And then Gable backstage was like, "You did it, guys.
Yeah,
great teamwork.
Yeah,
you psychopath.
Great storytelling.
He's doing good. You believe him.
Yeah." Oh, and it's official. Gable Mania. Clash of the Castle.
Oh, they got
Sami
the title
Zayn
shot
versus Chad Gable.
You think they give it to him?
Give it to him. It's Gable Mania time.
Sammy can do okay without the belt.
Yeah, Gable needs the belt to keep going. After this, I mean, think about it. Where does Gable go? If he goes from being like the good guy that always tried to play it right, good wrestler.
That didn't work.
That didn't work. To full-blown bad guy.
And then you tell me that doesn't work?
Where you go from there?
You quit.
Because then you've lost everyone. You're no longer a good
Gable
guy.
Stevenson to the NFL.
You know, if he doesn't have the title, he doesn't have his friends.
Yeah.
No one wants to mess with him because he's turned himself into kind of a real
The only way he loses at Castle is if Otis and the crew turn on him.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Kiana James gets a win. It's a nice little introduction to her. It's nice that she's not getting lost with them pushing Lyra. You know, and whenever there's two new faces, one gets pushed, one doesn't.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're doing a fantastic job with Ilya, Braun, and then also not letting the newfound success of Ricochet get lost.
Ricochet, baby.
Great match. And they played up him being hurt, and that's why Braun got the win. So another loss, but looked good.
Yeah. Samantha Irvin crying.
Oh, so sad. Braun out there looking like a youth. Wearing his tight pants. And he's a 40-year-old man. So what is he doing with the Judgment Day? Why is he mixed into it? Does he give the LWO legitimacy? Can Ray and Dragon Lee and company not get it done? So they got to bring in the monster of monsters.
Right. Very bizarre.
Do you think he gets a... Because where does he fit? He always goes after Balor or McDonough. He never interacts with Priest. Mm-hmm. So you're not even injecting that man into the main event scene.
No.
You're just letting him go after, as McAfee says, J.D. McDonough. Yeah. Which McAfee getting in some hot water. He needs to chill out.
What'd he do?
He said some things on this TV show that got him in trouble.
How about Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
I heard he apologized.
He
but
did.
Yeah.
It seemed sincere. But
yeah, you got to watch your back.
Yeah, you can't say that, man. Can't say that word. Fire and Dawn attacked Jade and Bianca. I did like this segment. Mm-hmm. Shayna and Stark were in on it, but then afterwards they're like, what's going on? Like, I just started hitting her. What were we doing? So putting a target on the champ's back, as you should.
Yeah.
I just like to see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. One of my favorite tag teams that have not really been given a lot.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see them get a title run after Jade and Bianca. Mm-hmm. Judgment Day levels Ray. And then, surprisingly, Drew McIntyre.
And Carlito's out here.
Is he Is he about to be a full-fledged member?
I think they're trying to make him a full-blown member, and I like it.
Gives him something to do.
Dude,
why not?
The Judgment Day spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
They've housed all the values of Carlito this whole time.
Yeah.
He just meshes so well.
Yeah, one thing that was weird on Raw, Damian Priest, few segments with him not holding his belt.
Yeah, what's that about? You're the champ, dude.
Are you already trying to have the belt?
Or are you trying to already let us forget your champ? So Drew's going to win?
You should always be having the belt.
Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Always have the belt.
Finally, some Drew Priest interaction.
Yeah. Interesting, though, Monday Night Raw right now.
Yeah.
Who's carrying it with no CM Punk, really?
Who is carrying it? Is it Priest and McIntyre doing their best? Because I think this Gable
Drew
Sammy's
McIntyre's carrying it. Chad Gable. I mean, it's doing a lot, and it's working overtime.
You know who's truly carrying it? R-Truth.
Yeah, that's true.
Is anybody ready to have that conversation? R-Truth is the face of Monday Night Raw right now.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, any parting thoughts for the weekly roundup?
I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for this NXT show. I'm excited for Clash at the Castle.
The UFC crossover.
I'm hoping that we get Cody versus AJ at Clash at the Castle, and I'm hoping AJ wins.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Cody's run. I'm glad he won. I'm glad he dethroned Roman Reigns. But like I said, the best thing Cody Rhodes can do for his title reign right now is show everyone else that he's out here saying... Vulnerable. AJ needs another run before he retires, right? So that's how you beat the locker. That's how you create a great legacy.
And I just want them to full on.
We believe in Cody. Everyone believes in Cody. Yeah. Cody could lose tomorrow.
Because he's still going to be on SmackDown winning.
Yeah. He's super famous.
Yeah.
He's the biggest.
The only thing I can see is there are a lot of press appearances coming up. That can be the only thing I can see them from pulling. But he can still do those press without the championship.
Let AJ be the champion and wrestle.
Let Cody Rhodes show up and have AJ attack him at all these pressers.
And also, Cody, you don't need to be the champion to be at the presser. You just need to be the biggest star in the company.
He goes there all the time. They ain't giving him any gold.
You need to be the biggest star in the company.
Yeah.
And I do think if AJ Styles is the champion, I think tickets are selling. He's AJ Styles.
I'm tuning in.
So Cody Rhodes doesn't need the belt to go on Fallon.
They got to go full send for AJ Styles, though. Like, make him undeniable.
Yeah. One more time.
Yeah, like none of this.
It's been too long. And Cody Rhodes knows it.
Cena, AJ Styles.
Cody Rhodes is out here saying, I need people, like the same thing that, Stone Cold said. We need to build The Rock. I need people to go against. Cody Rhodes is like, we need to rebuild AJ Styles. You guys have
those challenges.
You guys have buried AJ Styles over the last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Ever since the Undertaker match.
Yeah. Which didn't AJ win?
He lost.
Oh yeah, he did lose. You can't let Undertaker lose in this way.
Yeah, and it was a great match.
Would have preferred.
And here's the thing: it was a great match.
Yeah.
But since then, AJ Styles hasn't done anything all that exciting.
I'm so glad we didn't overuse the theatrical matches.
Yeah.
They had their time, they had their place, and then they faded away, only to be brought back at an awesome time at some point.
And shout out to Bray Wyatt for really,
dude,
that's so many
favorites. That WrestleMania match with John Cena.
With John Cena, yes, they're one of the greatest matches ever.
We finally got to see John Cena be a bag, like the NW. Oh, well, that's it for us. Make sure you tune in, subscribe to Evan Berke on YouTube, subscribe to Drew Harrison on YouTube. Check out all the great content from Project Nerd. And we'll be back with another recap next week. Make sure you tune in for part 2 of this week's episode. We're doing the history of WCW. We'll see you next time.